Early in the morning, early in the morning.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and well. I actually thought he was actually gonna slip through, suddenly just glide through and get away with this and dodge all these allegations. But boy, you know the thing about karma and the truth will out. You know what I'm saying? Where'd I get that from? Got it from Harry Potter still. Now anyway, let's get into this video, man, because I don't know how long this video is going to be. It could be quite long, it could be quite short, I'm not too sure, but let's get straight into this video because there's a lot of things to actually discuss in this. So, like the video for me, hit the bell to be notified for me, press that, smash that subscribe button for me, because it's road to 50,000 right now, and I'm trying to hit that by the end of the year, of course. And yeah, man, of course, you want to support your boys' merchandise. You know where to find that, it's in the description below. As you can see from the title, I'm going to title this something along the lines of the dark side of Tim Westwood. If you don't know, the reason why I'm doing a video on Tim Westwood today is because he has been accused by 7 women, more specifically 7 black women, for from all the way back from 1992 to now, pretty much now, or 2017 I think might have been the latest allegation, I'm not too sure. The reason this has come to light recently is because BBC and The Guardian have joined forces to essentially expose Tim Westwood. Now, I find this really ironic actually, because the BBC is a toxic environment which enables predators, abusers, nonces, you get it? The BBC is a breeding ground for scummy people, do you understand? So I find it quite ironic how they're turning their back on one of their own. BBC and Tim Westwood, they go way back. Do you know what I'm saying? They go way back. As I said, before I get into this article, yeah, first things first, who didn't know this? Come on, come on, Westwood, Tim Westwood. Let's be real here. He's been doing this, well, since before I was born, fam. You know, like that. He's 62, 63 years old right now. And it's glaringly obvious, like me and my boys in sixth form, we used to laugh. And at uni, we used to laugh at his predatory behavior on social media. Now, we didn't know the extent of what he was actually capable of and what he was doing. Bro, just look at the Cardi B interview. Look at the Cardi B interview and, oh yeah, baby. What do you wear, weave? What do you wear, dog? What do you wear, dog? Are they lace fronts, baby? Yeah, baby. Like, bro, come, what are you talking about? It's all a bit strange. So anyway, a lot of information has come to light. Information that a lot of us already knew. But I'm gonna read some damning evidence from an article, and then we're gonna analyze it a bit more. As you can see on your screen, it says the 7 women who spoke to the BBC are all black and say that they met Westwood through his work. Some of them accuse the DJ of abusing his power within the music industry. The women tell their stories in a BBC 3 documentary, Tim Westwood, Abuse of Power, which airs on BBC 3 at 9 o'clock Tuesday. So it airs tonight. Everyone, I've got to tune into that still. 2 of them who were aspiring to work in the industry say they agreed to come to London to meet him to discuss music. They accused the DJ of driving them to a flat and initiating unwanted and unexpected intercourse. One was 19 at the time, while Westwood was 53 years old. Another woman told the BBC she met Westwood then in his mid-30s when she was 17 and a member of an R&B group. She says she was subjected to unwanted oral intercourse after agreeing to meet him. 4 further young women accused the DJ of either touching their bottoms or breasts as they posed for photographs with him at different events where he was performing. The women whose names have been changed to protect their identities do not know each other. Some work in the music industry and fear repercussions, with the DJ continuing to have a prominent role in the industry, long criticised for its treatment of dark-skinned black women. Before I carry on the article, this is very imperative. I need you lot to take this in. A key bit of information here that makes me believe them more is that they do not know each other. This is key, because a misogynist and someone who's just a general sexist and doesn't respect women, they always want to prove that they're lying. They always want to say, oh, women, they can come together, and oh yeah, women, they must want to get a bag, and they want clout, and clout, bag, secure the bag, victim blaming, right? Cap, false. That just doesn't make sense. Now, I'm so glad the article actually put that forward and said that the ladies do not know each other, because that proves the point that this has spanned over like a number of years across different contexts, different sectors, different environments, some at the club, some at the bar, some posing for pictures, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Some meeting just for business, whatever, yeah? So it's unlikely that these girls have come to each other and lied, you get it? So I believe them, right? I've seen pictures of Tim Westwood with his hand basically on breast in pictures, bro, where he, like that, you get it? So none of this is a surprise to me. In fact, none of this is a surprise to anyone. And it's a big shame. It's a big shame still. It's a big shame. Listen, alright, bonus point. Who has seen that video of Tim Westwood in the hotel room with 2 American babes in Atlanta? 2 black things in America. And they're twerking in the video. He goes, oh my God. No, he goes, oh my days, twerk that. He goes, oh my days, twerk that. This guy's been preying on things. Yo, talking about, yeah, I bought lace fronts for this thing and twerk that for the other thing. And wow, wowcha, madness. But anyway, let me carry on reading this. One of the girls was 19 and she thought she was getting studio time with him. He picked her up in a car. She thought they were going to talk about music. Now this is the maddest thing. On the journey, she alleges at one point on the journey, the DJ tapped her arm to get her to turn and see that he had undone his trousers and had exposed his genitals. I've looked and I've seen and I'm like, oh no, like, oh my God, just don't say anything. Don't look, don't say anything. And I'm hoping that's enough for him to just not. She then says that she felt completely powerless and very, very scared. Allegedly, when they got back to what she thought was his flat, because there was loads of records about everywhere, he leaves the room and then comes back butt naked. Like, bro, I don't understand these men that do these things. Like, you must not be emotionally intelligent to detect the body language of these girls. You get it? This is the maddest part, bro. I'm not even going to talk too much about this here, but it says that he had a Durex with his face on it. Like, there was like a campaign, whatever, doing like a safe sex with Tim Westwood or something. And she basically describes the encounter where he held her shoulders and turned her around. She said, I knew what was going to happen at this point. So I'm just like, oh my God. And I remember being like hunched up and like holding onto the back of the chair, like scared. He almost like tapped me on the back of my legs as if he wanted to move my leg, which I didn't do. And then he sort of did. Westwood then penetrated her. Now what people need to understand here about women in this position here, because it's very easy for a man, especially a man, to say, why didn't you just say stop? Why didn't you say no? You had an ample opportunity from the car to say no, to the bed to say no, to the chair to say no, when he was naked to say no. And I understand that. I understand that logic. But in the real world, yeah, that's not how it works. For one, you've already got a power dynamic with men and women in terms of the physicality side of things. Not let alone society, let alone a patriarchal society and things like that. Let's talk about physicality for the first and foremost. One-on-one, a man is beating a woman more time, 9 out of 10 times, maybe 9.5 times out of 10, you get it? Due to physicality alone. So you're already at a loss there. But it's important to understand the power dynamic with things like this. You've already got a society that doesn't really believe women, empathize with women, people are very misogynistic and a lot of ways, you know, the same way it's stacked up against black people and minorities in a lot of ways, it's stacked up against women in a lot of ways as well. And then when you've got a woman who's trying to be a singer and she thinks that she's meeting Tim Westwood for business, yeah, what you need to understand the power dynamic in this particular context. He is the one with the power. He is the one in control. And when you assert yourself in such a way, you often feel powerless as the victim. You feel that you don't know what to do. Do you run? Do you scream? What do you do? Because if you say no, does he cancel you or does he do something? Does he expose you? What happens? Could he be physical? Do you know what I'm saying? If I say no, like, will this ruin my chance? Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of these things go through your head. Now, it's easy for us to sit there and say, listen, you just need to say no and push him away and say, fuck this. It is easy to do that. And that's why when I eventually have a daughter, she is going to be trained in boxing and martial arts before she can fucking say dada. Do you understand? From 2 and 3 years old, she's going to have gloves in her hand. Because at least I'll know then as a parent that I'm happy to let my daughter go out and party and do whatever she wants, knowing that she'll lay out any man that tries it. You get it? Another lady who goes by the name of Pamela, said that she was 20 when she met Tim Westwood, right? And that she was also a lady trying to get into the music industry. And he actually invited her down to the radio station for work experience. It even says here the DJ in his 40s at the time reassured her stern Jamaican mother on the phone that her daughter would be okay heading to London. Pamela travelled by train from the Midlands and says Westwood picked her up in a huge American-style car, the same similar American-style car to the previous victim. She thought she was staying in a hotel, but he then takes her back to, once again, the apartment and starts kissing her neck and this and this. Now, if you look at your screens right now, it says, she says at that point he began trying to kiss her neck and remove her clothing. I didn't give him any kind of come on. There was no flirtation, she says. If you are trying to actively touch me and I'm pushing your hand away, that means I don't want anything with you. If you are trying to remove an item of clothing and I put it back on, that means I don't want it gone. If I'm showing you I'm uncomfortable, why would you just not stop doing it? She says she remember thinking she couldn't get out of the situation. I'm in London alone with this man. Now, if I try and get out of this, who's to say how he's gonna react? So I just submit to it. I don't need to carry on talking about that. That's another example. What did I just say a minute ago? I haven't even read this article yet, by the way. That's exactly what I said, the point I made 2 minutes ago. That's exactly the fear that a lot of women, a lot of victims, men included, feel when they're under pressure in certain contexts and certain environments. You get another woman's story we heard goes back 3 decades. It was the early 1990s and Tamara had been talent spotted by producers trying to put together a British R&B group. She says at that time the DJ had absolute power. He picked her up and after stopping briefly at a radio station he took her to a flat. According to her, he started to take down her trousers and underwear, then he began instantaneously to give me oral. There was no talking, there was no kind of communication about that. It was just before I knew it, that was what was happening. Tamara says that at first she tried to push his head or his shoulders away, but he just continued. And there's a quote here saying, I was 17, he was twice my age, there was a kind of power dynamic. Now the other 4 women that have come out and said what they have to say, their experiences are pretty similar. They have met Tim Westwood in some sort of context, some sort of environment, and when they've gone to take pictures with him, he has inappropriately touched them up the back, down the trousers, breasts, arse, all of that. This is a truly damning documentary. But the thing is, yeah, this was obvious. You understand? This is literally obvious. I've seen how he moves on social media. I've seen him in real life in Ayia Napa. Like, he's just very active, you know what I'm saying? And you have to understand, DJs, yeah, had complete autonomy over the industry like a few years ago, 20 years ago. You understand? Tim Westwood was truly at the peak of his powers in the 90s, in the noughties. DJs were extremely powerful because there wasn't other means of listening to music like that. It was literally radio and DJ and that's it. Listen, if this is all true, then Tim Westwood, you really are done out here. And I'm surprised that it actually took this long to expose you. And it's a shame, man. There's a lot, like Tim Westwood, he's one of the people I would have loved to have met. Well, I've met him before, but actually had a real conversation with, man. Have him on my channel in the future, really pick his brains. Like, he's been around since Tupac and Biggie days, like he's met them, like, so I'm gutted personally, but I'm not surprised whatsoever, and you know, I'm not biased. I'm the trillist on YouTube, so it is what it is. I'll expose anyone who I don't fuck with, and that's it. And I don't fuck with Westwood like that no more. So I mean, to be fair, what do I know? I'm just a man in his 20s, man. So like, comment, subscribe, and this has been the dark side of Tim Westwood. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.